Breaking news. The vault is open and the fright reels have escaped. With your hosts, the Jims. Sit back and put on that raincoat because it's going to get bloody.
Bloody awful if you ask me.
Hey guys. Jim, say hi.
Hello.
We're gonna do Longlegs today. Welcome to Fright Reels. Had a little delay there in our promised time. Didn't I feel like took a long time between the last one?
Yeah, it seemed like 2 weeks.
Either way, we got to start cranking these fuckers out because October is like next week.
Yeah, that's right.
So we got to get cracking, and we're gonna keep crack-a-lacking with Longlegs.
So if you haven't seen this movie,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, don't listen to this. We're gonna tell all about it, all the secret shit, everything.
And there is secret shit. This is I like that. I like that in movies, don't you?
Yeah.
Want to look at cool twist ending or something that you didn't expect or something you didn't know. I'll give you an example. Stupid fucking Usual Suspects. My dad watched the last 15 minutes of Usual Suspects before he watched the movie. I'm like, yeah, I was telling him about it. I'm like, have you seen it? He's like, yeah, I caught like the last half hour. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, there's no point in watching it now.
Right.
Because, oh man. Wow. But this has some of that kind of reveal. It's not really like that drastic of a reveal where it changes the whole fucking movie. But there's some cool secrets that you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what should we start with saying? A couple of things. I was thinking how much you and I have discussed liking Nicolas Cage's work as of late.
Yeah.
From like Mandy on, he's done so much cool shit lately, man.
I did not see Pig, though.
I haven't seen Pig either. Did you ever see the remake of Wicker Man?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Did you ever see the original?
Yes.
Yeah, we got to do those too, man.
Right.
There's like a weird fucking swinger sex dance scene in the first one. And dude, those movies are great. Anyway, he was really cool in that, obviously, in Mandy.
Yep.
The Color Out of Time or whatever.
Yes. Color Out of Space.
Yeah, Color Out of Space, right? With your elder gods.
Yep.
And
Hail Cthulhu.
Hail Cthulhu. And then I don't know, whatever that fucking one was with the goddamn Chuck E. Cheese. That was pretty cool. Although he didn't talk in it.
No, but it was funny.
His presence is just so cool. And I fucking loved Renfield.
Yeah, it was cheesy, but I liked it.
It was cheesy in the right ways.
Right.
And he was awesome in it, like always. I love him in the, what was the fucking vampire one he was in?
Oh,
Vampire's Kiss or something? No, Once Bitten's Jim Carrey.
Oh, right.
His was like Vampire's Kiss or something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it something like that? That he's really fucked up in that movie, dude. I watched that maybe within the last 5 years. Not remember, I only saw it once back when I was 18 or whenever it came out. He's really intense in that movie, man.
Yeah.
And a couple of more come to mind. I haven't seen the one. Have you seen the one, Sympathy for the Devil or whatever it's called?
Yes.
You saw that?
Yes.
Was it good?
It
was okay.
It was okay.
Okay, fair enough.
It was okay.
But this one is spectacular regarding his performance.
I mean, he did well in that.
Right.
Yeah,
But this is, for me, it's between Mandy and this as what's sort of his swan song performance. And, of course, as a background player in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Might be that one. Or Peggy Sue Got Married with that stupid fucking voice. Wang. He was all weird about it.
Doesn't Lucky Chucky want to come out?
Huh?
No. Your love machine. Your throbbing thrill hammer. Your thing.
You mean my wang?
Yeah, I think this is better than his performance is better in this one than Mandy.
Do you think so?
Yes.
That's saying a lot.
Because the voices he used and how he acted.
I've never seen, I told Mary this too, man. I have never seen anybody act that crazy in a movie, ever.
So he said he took his inspiration from his mother. He goes,
really?
if I'm good in this movie, it's because of my mother.
Is his mom real fucking crazy?
She had a lot of depression and schizophrenia growing up and all that stuff, so he took a lot of that.
Join the club.
Well,
no shit. Well, that's a hard time, too, back then. It was a hard time for women anyway, as we discussed earlier, that only until recently were they even allowed to get credit cards. And mental illness in women, you had to hide that shit because just 20 years before that, they'd fucking lock you up. They don't even need a doctor. Just the husband can say she's crazy, and they'll put her away for life.
Yeah, like Girl Interrupted. I mean, the same
right,
kind.
Exactly, yeah. So, I guess not to make light of her depression and shit, I'm sure it was compounded by her sex and the era in which she was living. Anyway, wow, that's fucked up. But however he learned it and harnessed it, it's unbearably convincing.
Yeah.
First of all, it's really weird and really creepy. I don't like to say crazy because there's lots of crazy roles. You know, there's funny crazy and wacky crazy and murderous crazy, and Jack Nicholson's got his own crazy, you know?
Yeah.
It's also creepy and it's deep and it's spooky and dark, and you keep telling me that I can fucking go to the basement and shit every time I come in your office. You keep talking like that, dude, man.
No. So the movie started out with a scene with the girl in the 70s. Was it in the 70s? Looked like she was younger.
Oh, yeah, as a kid. Right,
Yeah,
right. I'm
so
sorry.
A car pulls up, and she goes outside.
Opening fucking scene.
Yeah.
Who shows up? A goddamn Longlegs.
Yeah, they don't show his face right away. And yeah,
I'm like at a loss for words on this one, man.
But the screen was small. It wasn't widescreen yet. They were showing it almost like an 8mm.
Like it was a 70s memory.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I didn't notice that. You're right.
And then once the credits started rolling, the opening credits, then the screen got really slow, like slowly opened up.
I've seen that before. Where else have I seen that? Somebody else
used
did
it
the.
before, yeah.
But no, that's cool. I guess I didn't notice that. What's wild though in that scene is he's all fucked up and he's talking all fucking weird. Then they like cut up to his face, but just for a frame, too quick for you to see what the fuck's going on there.
Yep.
Then the next time they show his face, he has his hands over it with that girl in the goddamn hardware store.
Which that girl is Oz Perkins' daughter.
Really?
Yes.
She was exceptionally pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought she was either had to be a model or an actor of some kind. Okay, so wait, let's get all the way into that first then. Before we put the fucking cart ahead of the horse. Oz Perkins is the director. Right?
Yes.
Give me something here, Jim. All
I
right.
thought you were just making a statement.
He is the director. And his father is Anthony Perkins, Norman Bates from the original Psycho, among other roles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I got to tread a little lightly on this. The reason that seems shocking is because Anthony Perkins was a homosexual who lived with a man. Like at a time when you weren't really allowed to be that out, I think he was out. At least it wasn't that big of a secret. But, not to get off on way too far of a tangent, we'll put a fine point on this and move along. He got in with somebody, some chick or something that in New York City in the 70s had written some book that not only could she cure homosexuality, but she could and you should, and it'll make a better life in this and that. And Anthony Perkins and his husband or whatever bought into it and fucking like, she became their psychiatrist. She was a psychologist or whatever. And she fucking quote unquote cured them. And he got married to a woman and had children and lived the rest of his life as a straight man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, isn't that weird? And so that's, and I think it was Stephen Sondheim said that woman did more damage to the human race than Hitler or something like that. It was really kind of awful what she was doing, but I mean, I guess that's a matter of opinion. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is he was a horror icon for at least his role as Norman Bates, and his son now is one hell of a fucking horror director. Give us a breakdown of some of the other films that kid did.
He played the dorky David in Legally Blonde.
Osgood did?
Yes.
Was that so?
Yes.
I don't like his name.
No.
Osgood's a difficult name.
Osgood.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I like calling him Oz or Ozzy. Okay, so let's break this down real quick. So Osgood, as a director, I guess he was in an episode of Twilight Zone too. But let me see. I got a lot of actor. Let's scroll. I guess I should be prepared for this, which I'm not. As a director, so he did Longlegs. He did one episode of the new Twilight Zone. He did Gretel and Hansel, which was really good. Did you like that one?
Yes, I like that.
Mary was a big fan of that one. I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. That was also fucking atmospheric and weird and cool. And The Black Coat's Daughter.
Yeah.
So I come to find out after seeing Longlegs and researching who the filmmaker was, I've seen all of his fucking movies and loved all of his movies independently of each other, not realizing it was all under the same guy. Don't you love when that happens?
Yes.
It was fucking cool, man. I really, each one of those, I didn't just like them. They stood out. I'm like, all right, this one's on my fucking list. And man, I got to recommend this to somebody. And it turns out it's all that fucking dude.
Yeah, like the guy that did all the Blythe House and
Yeah.
all those. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Michael, the fuck's that guy's name? I just tore up that piece of paper. It's right over here somewhere, I promise you. The fuck's that guy's name? It's Michael something. Let me find it, Jim.
Yeah.
There he is.
Look,
Flanagan.
Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan. He's doing the new Exorcist, you know.
That's what I heard.
Oh.
We'll see.
Man, I don't love remakes, and especially when they fuck with The Exorcist. However, I kind of feel like we're in good hands here, dude.
Probably.
Because I didn't love the idea that they gave it to the dickhead that destroyed the Halloween franchise.
No.
They're like, hey, you made the 3 worst Halloween movies ever and you destroyed the franchise. Here's Exorcist. Do the same. I couldn't fucking believe that.
Yeah.
But I guess they fixed that by giving it to Mike Flanagan and his dishy wife. I'm sure they'll all be in it. All the same people are in all his movies and specials.
Oh yeah, she played. All those roles. Okay.
There's no
Yeah.
better word for her than dishy. You know what I mean? She looks
Yeah.
like kind of like a 50s, 60s starlet.
I see her on TikTok. She's funny.
Is she? Mm-hmm. Yeah, those two have been together a long, long time. But anyway, we're not talking about them. We're talking about fucking Osgood. And at this point, his daughter, who I didn't realize played that role.
Mm-hmm.
Good research on that one, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know. And so the research, the promotion of this movie started months before it came out, which made it make the $22 million it did in the opening weekend.
The buzz was done right.
Yeah, just like Blair Witch.
God,
Like they
that was
pushed
big.
that
That's
for months. There was a documentary that was fake, this whole thing, and so they
did that,
like that
so well, dude.
Yeah.
The Blair Witch completely. The first time you saw it, did you still think it was real?
Yes.
Me too. I saw it in a theater when it was still believed those kids were dead.
Yeah. Saw it in the theater. Saw it in the drive-through. On
you
the way
picking-
to Woodstock '99, the girl in the car, she had the book that
Really?
that went along. And
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
all
it
the
was like a
pictures
booklet,
and
yeah.
like a documentary book. And
Yeah, I remember that.
And we were all pumped up about it, and just
You know what's smart too is they started going to like film festivals and handing out like missing persons flyers. So
Yep.
like people in the business, because I was kind of doing a lot of that at the time, going to those film festivals and shit.
Right.
Wow, that's really cool. All right, anyway, so and it, obviously not the same way, but in a similarly successful way, they started getting the buzz going about Longlegs way before it came
They
out.
did not show his face at all.
No,
the whole time.
even still, it's kind of hard to find. Like even after like it had been out for a month, they like scrubbed the internet pretty fucking well of that.
The interrogation scene. I mean, that's just full face. They show everything. That's the best scene.
dude.
There's more about that later.
Hail Satan!
Hail.
Wow. I keep getting lost for words because I keep like getting lost in my memory of this. And there's all right. There's going to be lots of people who are just like, dude, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Right,
Everybody's breaking it. It just hit me the right way. I mean, we were having a good day. We saw it in the theater together. I don't know what it was, but it was a good fucking movie, man. I really dug it. I dug the vibe of it. Although, let's jump right into you talking about how it's right there, but there's a little something missing.
Yeah, there's just
That keeps it from being
some
a
little
10.
part that's missing. I still can't figure it out.
There's a little spark that maybe, and maybe that's going to be in Osgood's next film. The spark will be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe you see what I'm saying? You know what's a good comparison to that is maybe the difference between like Beyond the Black Rainbow and Mandy, where Beyond the Black Rainbow was really good, but there was something just not
Right.
proper
right.
enough,
A little
and
missing,
then
I could see them doing a prequel of this movie.
but
showing-
it won't be him. He
No.
said he doesn't want to do it,
no.
and anybody else is going to suck at it. Just
Yeah.
like whenever they try to get somebody to fucking, dude, I felt so bad. I mean, Julianne Moore or whatever, she did fine as Clarice.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same,
No,
you know? I mean, she's a great fucking actor, man. I really like her work, but did you ever watch the show Hannibal?
Yes. Mhm.
I didn't. Is it good?
It was okay.
Is the actor okay?
Yeah, he's a good actor.
I fucked me up when they made Ray Liotta eat his own brains. Well, oh man. Anyway, where were we, Jim?
So the movie opens up with a T-Rex lyric. I'll read it.
What is with the fucking T-Rex shit?
He was listening to T-Rex while he was writing the screenplay.
Oh,
And that was part of it. And
So he just
there's
thought
some
he'd
more.
throw
There's
it
some
in?
more to it, but yeah, that's
because there's
pretty
Mark
basic.
Bolan's on his fucking wall.
Yeah. So the screen turns red, and there's a quote from the a song. It says, "Well, you're slim and you're weak. You've got the teeth of a hydra upon you. You're dirty, sweet,
and you're
and you're my girl." Yeah. So that and then T-Rex 1971.
They
So
should have written Power Station 1985. Then the only explanation for that is the fact that he was really into T-Rex while writing it, so it seeped into his art. That's kind of cool.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I dig that, right?
Yeah,
Don't you?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. It's great.
Sounds great, Greg. Did you say, and then in one of the scenes in his bedroom or whatever, there's a poster of Mark Bolan in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I freaked
In the
me out.
basement.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Is he downstairs?
He's Mr. Downstairs. He's everywheres.
He is everywheres. Oh, dude, I fucking love that, man. It's got such cult fucking, integrity right off the bat. It works as a full-on Hollywood movie, you know what I mean? A lot of parallels have been made to Silence of the Lambs, and I understand the parallels, but I would have never made that parallel, I don't think.
Yeah, he even said that.
But I get it.
He was, giving homage to Silence of the Lambs 7, the atmosphere of
Yeah,
7.
7. Maybe even a tiniest bit of The Cell.
Yeah.
Because
The Exorcist, there's a little homage to them with, I didn't notice it, but they show the second killer superimposed over his face for a second,
really?
which is her, the mom.
They show that, like they do with Pazuzu or
little bit,
whatever,
yeah.
over
Yeah,
Reagan.
Yeah.
No shit. Is it, how do you say it, dude?
What?
Pazuzu? Pazuzu?
Pazuzu.
Pazuzu?
Yes.
I don't want to piss him off, man.
Uh,
With his serpent penis.
don't be afraid.
I'm afraid of his penis.
Well, you should be.
Maybe I'm not. As Jim spits coffee all over the fucking thing. How is that coffee?
It's okay.
Doesn't sound great. It sounds.
No.
You didn't get it down here, did you?
No. No.
We're gonna start hitting Big B one day. We're gonna start getting them to plug. Speaking of plugs, we got a new sponsor.
Slap Happy Toys.
Hooray! There'll be more about that in the upcoming episodes, but yeah, we're gonna have Slap Happy Toys as our sponsor. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, the mom. So wait, so let's start back off. All right, I gotta wait. I get all
we
over
should
the
start
fucking
from the
place.
beginning.
So you mentioned it was the flashback, the little girl, the close up. It zoomed out. We went to Mark Bolan, and then all of a sudden, it's her as a grown up, sitting in as an FBI agent.
Right. And they're going through a briefing, and they're looking for a serial killer. It's not Longlegs. It's just a serial killer.
They don't know who it is. Well,
And
we don't know who it is.
Right. And then they show her with a partner going out to some ticky-tacky houses. They all look the same.
Yeah.
And she stood there and just had some idea that
She's like, it's that one. He's in that
house. Yeah, she has some feeling, some
And the
psychic.
guy's like, well, we ain't going to call in the fucking cavalry on a hunch. Let me just go knock on the door.
Yeah.
And gets his fucking brains blown out.
Yep, this shocking second scene yeah.
Yeah, he had it coming.
And she, obviously getting her gun out, but she's still standing in front of the window, which is stupid.
She should have been shot. That dude
Yeah.
would have shot both of them. Unless he shot that dude and panicked, I guess.
Yeah.
So help me out then. Did that have nothing to do with Longlegs? Is that a
Nothing.
completely different case?
No.
That was just really to show us about her extrasensory perception.
Yeah, and that she investigates serial killers or killers.
So that she's a homicide investigator.
Mm-hmm.
She has some kind of extra sixth sense, and she's really fucking weird.
Yeah, and there's a theory about that later on.
An internet
Why
theory
she
or
had,
something?
yeah.
That's because you think Longlegs is her daddy.
Well, that was one theory, but then the more you look at it, I don't think that.
Is that because it's Daddy Longlegs?
Uh,
Waka waka. All right, so then she does that shit, and then all of a sudden her boss is like, or they put her in that fucking class, or that test, to see if she can to see if she's psychic or not. Remember, they had like an electronic test.
Right.
There's a number between 1 and 100. What is it? And she was just like, I don't know. And then she's doing other shit. Spoon, bacon.
yeah, they're flashing all these little weird images like shapes and things, and then she's saying mother and horse and
And
whatever.
then they got to get her to guess the number. And there he was like, you guessed the number right half the time. And she was like, yeah, I also got it wrong half the time.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you're fucking smart. You're on my team. And we need to find Longlegs.
So yeah, they presents the case to her of Longlegs and
How the fuck does that happen, dude?
which part.
How does the Longlegs case fall in the lap of a girl who's part of Longlegs' fucking story?
Right.
It could have gone to anybody.
So, yeah, throw that psychic power she had.
And even without the psychic power, it's like the universe linking shit up with or without her knowledge. You know what I mean?
Or maybe it was Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan, and have a lovely afternoon, madam.
I love all this dead air. People are checking their fucking phone to see if it's still working or their car radio. All right, so then, blah, blah, fucking blah. They put her on Longlegs. Oh, they put her on Longlegs. And I got to tell you, I wasn't a fan with how quickly she cracked the code.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he give her a cipher?
Well, yeah, she was in her cabin, some weird cabin out in the woods.
That was pretty weird, too. For what would you say? She's 30,
Yeah.
give or take?
Yeah.
And she has her own place, which is fine, but not an apartment or anything. She has her own house that's a cabin out in the fucking woods.
Right.
That's pretty sort of, it's not rural and to say it doesn't have plumbing and electricity. It's just sort of, it's, what's the word I'm
Felt
looking for?
camping, like
it's
a camp-
campy looking, except the fucking light fixture over the door is some like brand new Art Deco fucking,
Yeah, that was weird.
that was weird. And then her dumbass goes outside because she hears a noise.
So apparently there are little scenes where the black figure of Satan is hiding in corners and dark spots in the movie.
Oh, yay.
Now you
Do
see,
you know where
there's
they
some
are?
pretty blatant, but there's some,
Really?
in that scene there was one I haven't seen.
Did you see blatant ones?
Yeah. Well, you see, yeah, in the background you see a couple different ones.
I didn't see any.
Yeah.
You never pointed them out to me, man.
I have to look at the time.
We've watched
signature.
it together twice, Jim.
I've seen it 4 times.
I take a nap sometimes in movies, though. But yeah, so she goes outside, and that's a great fucking shot because she doesn't see, but the audience can see him in the fucking window walking
Yeah.
around inside her fucking cabin. That was really cool. That was you know what? That one had a Stranger's vibe.
Yeah.
God.
He's throughout the whole movie he's wearing the exact same outfit.
It's always like white and gray or something.
Yeah, he's got a real light colored jacket.
Is that like a members only jacket?
It looks
kinda?
like it.
Yeah.
But even the flashback, he was wearing the same thing.
He was wearing the same fucking thing 20
20
years
some
earlier.
yeah.
The Strangers fucked me up, dude. That was a good movie, that first one.
Yeah.
I knew for sure that she was going to fucking kill the brother, or he was going to kill the brother or the husband or whatever when she was hiding under the bed with a gun. Anyway, it was a good movie.
Yep.
All right, so then Longlegs, or Daddy, as Jim likes to call him.
No.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I'm the one who brings the Christmas candy.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
So she gets a cipher. It's a birthday card. And on the back,
That's
there's
right.
a cipher.
That's right. And then so she can suddenly crack the code. Now that part's fine. And she comes in and she cracks the code and everybody's like, oh, aren't you amazing? But then the fact that she could like place it out on the map and it turned into a pentagram or something, I'm like, nobody else in the FBI they've been working on this case, what they say, for 15 fucking years. And they've had all their best people on it. Nobody thought to like connect all the dots and make a simple circle. That part got to me.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide, though, because overall the movie was so fucking cool. So all of a sudden, she's so great. She knows all the shit. She cracked the code. Well, basically, he gave her the code.
Yep.
And he gets busted. And what's fucking weird is, how did they know how to find him at that bus stop?
Yeah. That was never explained.
Just suddenly they're there. And that's great because, and then this is one of my favorite parts, folks. So then you have him like with this like weird initial arrest interview on camera, right? They're watching it on a television in the FBI station, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
And everybody's in there. So it's her boss, other FBI agents, maybe like internal affairs, it's like all these sort of official people, and they're all kind of watching it. And he's saying some weird shit, and he's doing some weird shit, and then he starts singing "Happy Birthday" to her, and it names her by name. And then they stop it. They're like, yeah, it just goes on like that. They're like, for how long? 24 minutes. I'm like, 24 fucking minutes of singing "Happy Birthday" over and over into the camera.
So yeah, he's singing "Happy Birthday" to Lee Harker, which is the FBI.
To Lee
girl.
Harvey Harker, yeah. Yeah, that was a really, God, they
And so
just kept building his insanity.
Well, we missed the part where he went to they showed him to the hardware store.
Yeah, with
And just, like, cuckoo, with the weird thing. You
And
see,
she's like, Dad, that weird guy's here again. So apparently he's been there before.
and so then they show him screaming in the car on the way out.
Not one time.
No, he was like about
Oh, yeah.
mommy and daddy, and
Yeah, mommy! Daddy! Yeah, that's fucking great. The one time and two times, that's when he's talking to Lee's mom.
yeah.
Because he'll come back. Not one time, not two times. As many times as I like. God, it's fucking crazy and cool.
So then
you know what's so great, too, once you really do see his face? It's so fucked up looking, like,
right.
because it just looks unnatural. Like, they could have gone way too far with that makeup, and they could have gone not enough. I think it's genius. I think it's perfect because it looks unnatural, but it looks realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something's wrong with this fucking guy's face, man.
Well, yeah. So his name is Dale Ferdinand Cobble.
Is this real or is this internet shit?
No, and this is in the movie. He even said his name.
His name's Dale Ferdinand Koppel?
Yeah.
He's Ted Koppel's son.
Cobble. with the
Oh,
B.
Cobble, like Cobblepot, like
Yeah,
Chester
in the-
Cobblepot?
Yeah, in the interrogation scene, he said.
Or is that Copper Pot? Doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, you know what I remember. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now we're in the actual interrogation room with he and Lee.
Yeah, so and then you finally really get to see his face, and the whole story with him. He's an ex-glam rock guy.
Is that real though?
Yeah,
You told me that
yeah.
was internet.
No, this is even the director I think said that, and he's had so much plastic surgery because he wants to be beautiful for Satan.
And so that's why his face looks like it
Yeah,
does.
and he keeps.
That is what it looks like. It looks
Yeah.
like somebody with bad plastic surgery too much.
right.
Yeah, that's good. He's so fucked up looking, dude.
Yeah.
And then he gets really crazy in that fucking room. And what's interesting, it's fun to see the trailer again. They did such a good job in that trailer because it was like, it made you want more. You're like, what the fuck is happening? What is she looking at?
Right.
What's happening here? They didn't reveal, like the goddamn Demeter revealed everything in the trailer, including the monster. And their trailer, basically, one of the better parts of that trailer is her reaction in that interrogation room.
Well, the reason why is because they kept her away from him. She had not met him at all before that scene.
I love that.
And so once she finally opens that door,
She
that's
sees
the
him all
first
fucked
time
up.
she's ever seen him. First met she.
But I mean, after the smasheroo and she's standing there all bloody and fucked up, that's in the trailer.
Yeah, but she had a mic strapped to her chest. That the movie, they said
The
this.
heartbeat?
Her heartbeat went 170 beats a minute.
I'll bet,
So
man.
she was really scared about to have a panic attack.
I'll bet.
So
Yeah, he was real fucked up. And I'll bet you he's a really intense actor. I'll bet you he doesn't break character. He's one of those fucking
it said
weirdos.
he didn't during
Yeah.
the during
It's like
the filming.
fucking laying in bed, jerking off to pictures of fucking Mark Bolan and shit.
What?
I bet you that's what he did on the weekends.
Sure you didn't?
I did not.
Oh, all right.
My pictures were of Nicolas Cage,
Oh, God.
dressed as Longlegs. Daddy Longlegs.
Why is it always got to go there?
I don't know, man. You brought it up.
I did not.
That's true. All right, but so what I'm talking about is the weird reaction shot is because he smashes his fucking face against the table.
Well, he starts chanting. He starts like his body in a circle, like he kind of
summoning fucking Satan kind
round
of.
and round, like he's swaying back and forth, and
Slow dancing, swaying to the music. Then he commits suicide with his face on the table.
yeah.
How
That's
the fuck do you do that, dude?
pretty nasty. So obviously the nose smashed up into his brain.
And that's the reaction shot is her with just a little bit of blood splattered on her, standing on the wall like, what the fuck just happened? And it's in the trailer, and once you know, it almost makes the trailer even better, frankly. So all of a sudden, we're not halfway into the movie, and the fucking killers get dead.
Yep.
Kind of like in Hereditary when that chick's head popped off.
Hopefully you've seen Hereditary.
Spoiler alert. Hail Payman.
Hell.
Well,
So Alicia Witt, she played the mom.
how do we know her, by the way? You and I
She
both
was
mentioned her by
in
name.
6 Feet Under.
Okay, which I only I started watching. Mary got me to start watching that, and I like it. But I couldn't commit for some reason at the time, so I watched like 6 or 8 episodes, and I was getting the rhythm for it. Maybe I'll knock that out this winter. Okay, so go on. Yeah, she's in that. Mm-hmm.
And so they show her,
I get her confused with Laura Pauly,
really.
also a redhead
Yeah.
of the same time. They were both
Right,
acted in sort of
right.
the same stuff. Which one was in Go? Did you ever see Go with Christina Ricci and her?
I did not see the movie.
They're two girls from Ronkonkoma, and they're stuck at like Seabees, and they can't get all the way back to Ronkonkoma. It's like this fucked up night. One of those cool movies where it's like everything happens in one night, and it's all in New York City, and like Casey Affleck's in it, and Kate Hudson's in it. I want to say fucking Courtney Love. It's fun, dude. It's good. I saw it in the theater, actually.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah, you'd like it. I'm sure you'd like it, actually. Anyway, I think that's either Laura Pauly or Alicia Witt, and I get those two confused. Anyway, go on.
So Lee goes to see her mom because there's some tie with, how do you know this? And was there something with her mom?
Something like that.
And so they...
How did it tie to her mom? Yeah, they had to somehow... Oh, because her mom had made a phone call and a police report.
That's right.
About him visiting their fucking house,
Right.
which was the opening scene.
So the whole, whatever spell he put on the mom, he did get in the house. So he lived in the basement.
Not one time.
Not 2 times.
But anytime I like.
So all those years, somehow she never found him in the basement, Lee. I don't know
Yeah,
how that is.
so let's get back into that then. So there's a lot of shots of him in the basement and doing weird shit and building dolls and all this fucked up stuff. But you don't realize that basement is that basement. Then she's visiting her mom, who's nutty and keeps asking her if she's saying her fucking prayers.
Right.
And it looks like she's a fucking recluse and maybe even a hoarder.
Yeah.
And she goes over to visit her and she like makes her some food and she's looking at the basement like it's weird and there's a cockroach coming up. But you still don't put together that he's the one in that basement.
Yeah.
And you're right. How'd she live in the house that whole fucking time and not know?
Yeah.
Dude, I was in every inch of my fucking house as a child. I went through all my parents' shit when they weren't there. One year, we fucking took the hinges off the door to get into the room where the fucking Christmas presents were.
Yeah,
and opened the door in reverse. So they weren't keeping me out of the fucking basement, especially when he's down there with drills and shit.
Yeah, so he makes these dolls, these almost life-size children dolls, and they find this ball inside of one of them because they investigate this barn. It leads them to a farm that one of the killings happened. So we didn't really explain the killings.
We didn't even get to the barn yet.
That happened before.
What they know is that there's one survivor.
Oh yeah,
which is the girl in the mental hospital.
Yeah, we're all over the
place. And they were like, where was that survivor from? And it was from, that was this attack at the XYZ barn. And they went to the XYZ barn. Somehow they realized exactly where to dig and found the fucking doll that looked just like the girl
there was a clue.
that survived. Yeah, there was a clue. You're right.
A clue with X marks.
Yeah, and then they found this doll that looked like the surviving girl who's in a mental hospital. And they the scientists or whoever were cutting it open, and they found this weird fucking metal ball in her head.
Yeah.
The doll's head.
And it puts out like some kind of energy.
It puts out like an amplification or some weird thing that like registers on one of their machines. But it's hollow.
Yeah.
It's not.
And he said he was hearing voices from it.
Yeah, and it was like a completely hollow, like metal ball. There was no electronics there. They couldn't figure it out.
So he does some kind of magic spell, something evil to these balls, and that's what draws the people in to...
My evil balls have drawn in so many people.
Yeah.
But no,
Makes the father kill the family and then himself.
That's what they were going on and on about. They're like, in every one of these cases, the dad slaughtered the whole family and then slaughters himself. They're like, in Longlegs is never there. Right. They're like, he leaves these notes, but how does he do it? Well... He's got an accomplice dressed as a fucking nun who says, hey, you guys won the prize. Your family, our church is giving away free shit, and you guys win. Take this fucking weird 3-foot doll, put it in your living room. Everybody says yes. And that doll possesses the dad, and the dad slaughters the whole fucking family in the name of Satan.
Yep.
What a cool story, man. Hail Satan.
Hail. And so...
Yeah, that was really fucking weird, man.
So once they figure out it's the mom.
Well, it takes her a while until then she finds like the car or whatever, his car like in the driveway or something.
In the barn, covered up.
And so the deal was, the reason that was, is because she was talking about her birth, or she's 30 years older. I'm 30 now, Mom. You're only 30 because you were allowed to live that long. And she was like, what the fuck does that mean? And what it meant was Longlegs showed up and was going to eat her fucking daughter. And he made a deal with her and was like, I won't kill your daughter if you let me set up camp in your basement and run my satanic fucking
agenda
from your fucking home.
Mm-hmm.
And she said yes to protect her daughter. But I don't know. It's kind of like she got into it.
So then she had to deliver these dolls.
She
to
was
all
the
these
deliverer.
families.
Isn't it weird when a nun wears that brown habit?
Yeah,
Is
the
that
brown,
weird to you?
brown is weird. Yeah.
I've seen those before. It's a specific group of Christians that wear the brown. I don't know what it is. Like I'm not even going to guess. Lutherans? I don't fucking know. Some of them have blue, too. I prefer my nuns in all black.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Mm-hmm. With a ruler. Anyway, so that her mom for 20 fucking years has been delivering these goddamn dolls. And so what happens? Lee realizes that, oh fuck, it's her boss's daughter's birthday party. She's the almost birthday girl.
Well, before that, she sees her mom out with the doll standing on the farm on the driveway, and the doll standing there of Lee.
Oh,
the
the
doll
Lee
looks
doll.
like Lee.
I think I don't remember that.
And then she's got the shotgun. After she shot the cop in the car, Lee comes out and hears that and sees her mom standing there with a shotgun and was going to blow the head off the doll. And she's like telling her, don't do it, don't do it. She does it, and this black smoke comes out of the ball. And then Lee gets all messed up and passes out.
Because
Like,
it's linked to the
right,
kid.
It's attached to her, yeah.
Same with the girl. We breezed over the chick in the mental hospital.
Which could be why she had those psychic abilities.
You're right. Did the
So
Lee
it
doll
derived
grant him
from-
was it Satan's power all this time?
It could be.
Hail Satan. And yeah, we breezed over the chick in the mental hospital, but it was the same thing. She had a connection and all that weird shit and the doll. And like they said, once they found the doll, she suddenly became lucid. She hadn't talked in 15 years and suddenly she was talking.
Yeah.
Some weird shit like that. But yeah, I forgot about that scene in the driveway. And then, yeah, there was something about every kid he fucked with. All of them had the birthday on the 13th or the 15th or some shit.
Yep. It was the 14th.
The 14th. I was right. I was right in the ballpark. Yeah, and so, and did they ever explain why?
No, I don't know. Well, maybe the birthdays had something to do with the dates, and I don't know. I don't think they explained it. There's a lot of weird little pieces.
Was it little? It was only girls too, right?
Yes.
And all the girls' birthdays were on the 14th of any given
And
month.
didn't he say the seventh daughter, or there's something with the numbers in the
And he did one for every month too, didn't he?
maybe.
I don't know. We got to get better prepared for this shit. Either way, those little details are fun, but they don't matter to our story. Our story is this movie kicked ass. And right, so then she goes to the fucking boss's house.
And now there's a doll there.
The doll, the little girl who's just staring at the doll, smiling and combing its hair. Her mother is sitting there, who delivered the doll.
They all have a blank look on their face, like something, you know.
And the fucking, her boss is all crazy. And the mom's like, oh, I forgot the roast. I have to go into the kitchen. You know, we'll be right back. He's like, I'll be right back. You're still going to be in the kitchen. And he goes in there and fucking beats her to death.
Oh, I think he stabbed her.
Whatever.
Then he have a knife and it came out.
Oh, I thought he had an olive fork.
Oh, maybe. Carving knife? I don't know.
I don't know, man. And then does she shoot him? I can't remember. Does she shoot the doll? I don't fucking remember.
No, she shoots him.
She kills him?
Shoots him twice. And then
Not one time.
And so the mom is still there because she had just delivered the doll.
Yeah.
She's sitting on the couch and she pulls out a knife.
That's
Looks like a
right.
ritual dagger, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, because she's in it now, man. She
Yeah.
might have done it for her daughter at first, but she's fucking drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And then she stabs Lee, doesn't she?
It's Flavor Aid, though. Yeah, no, she goes to try to stab her. No, she stands up and she's like, stop. And
She drinks the Flavor Aid?
yes. It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid.
Who?
Jim Jones.
Oh. I'm talking about the fucking Kool-Aid at
I know.
Woodstock.
Oh. Oh.
'Cause
Anytime I hear Kool-Aid, I always just think of Jim Jones.
No, it means, or not even Woodstock, the Merry Pranksters on the fucking electric Kool-Aid acid test, the guys on the bus. So it's a Grateful Dead thing. Well, it's a whole San Francisco thing. So these guys went around the country, well, not that far, but with LSD, and you drink the Kool-Aid. Once you drank the Kool-Aid, now you're in the club. It wasn't dying; it was drinking the Kool-Aid, and now you're one of us.
I've always thought the saying was because of the Jim Jones.
No, it's because of us.
Well, I'm not a deadhead, so
right? So, dude, there's a great book, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, and it's Ken Kesey, and I think he wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, if memory serves. But anyway, they had this fucking bus, the Further bus, that hippie bus that everybody knows. Yeah. And they would go around and throw these acid tests back when it was still legal, and they would have basically the world's first raves, and they would dose everybody. And so saying you drank the Kool-Aid means you fucking are born again psychedelic. I think that's what it means.
I see. Well, I didn't go that way. I didn't go a hippie way. Yeah. I went more the pagan.
You mean you went the way. Serial killer way? There was nothing pagan about Jim Jones. He was just a fucking lunatic.
No, I didn't become a hippie like you.
That's true. You did become a serial killer, or not a serial killer, but a cult leader.
Yeah.
Like Jim Jones.
Right.
Don't kill me, Jim.
Yeah.
It's better when we all just believe and worship you, right? You don't have to kill your fucking followers. All right.
I'm everywheres.
He's the man downstairs or something. What is he?
The man downstairs. Actually, you can call him the man downstairs.
He's fucking Mr. Downstairs. God damn, that movie's fucking weird. And then the best of it is, after it's all done, there's just one little blurb of him looking at the camera. Hail Satan.
And he kisses. He blows a kiss.
What a great ending to a fucking great movie.
The credits go backwards.
That's unsettling.
That was cool.
I've never noticed that before. How used to seeing the credits go in one direction we all are.
It went down instead of up.
Yeah, we're all so used to it that until you see it the other way, you don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Pretty much evil all the way around.
Don't kill me. I'll still get people to join your cult.
Okay.
All right, good.
Well, soon the AI cult will happen.
All right. I'm still on your team, dude. So, yeah. It was fucking great, right?
That was good.
So I've seen it 3 times. I feel like I need a 4th run.
Yeah, you can see it on demand.
I own it.
Like, me too.
We both bought it like the day it came out.
Yeah.
The best is I bought Hereditary the day it came out, having never seen it. Just knowing it was going to be great. Should we do Hereditary next?
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, we could do Hereditary today. Like, I'm so familiar with that fucking movie. So let's do Hereditary next week. I just watched it again like a week ago.
Yeah.
Because Mary hadn't only seen it once, and we rewatched it, and she was blown away by how good it really was. Like, she forgot it was that good. That happens a lot. I also showed my nephew and his girlfriend House of a Thousand Corpses last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched that in a while, and that still hits hard for people, man. That fucked them up. They were like, dude, this movie's fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's 20 years old at this point, or close. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like 2004-ish?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do that one too, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna keep us busy. However, I say that we put Hereditary and House of a Thousand Corpses on the back burner because we have 5 weeks till Halloween, and we have to do Terrifier as one of them. So that leaves us room for 4 Halloween movies if we do one a week, which we haven't really been keeping up on.
Right.
So we got to do Michael Myers Halloween. We have to do the new Trick or Treat, right? With the one with the little weird kid.
Yeah.
With the orange sucker.
Yep.
Got to do that one. What other really good Halloween movies are there? I mean, I assume when we do Michael Myers, we're going to do the whole fucking... We'll mention the other shitty movies.
Yeah.
Does Season of the Witch get its own fucking one? That's the only other good movie. It's so funny. At the time, that one seemed so bad and everybody hated it. And now, as far as I'm concerned, in the canon of Halloween movies, I like Halloween and 3, and that's it. All the rest of them fucking suck. I mean, people can get mad at me if they want. I don't give a fuck.
Well.
So let's do those. And we have to do Terrifier, I guess, 1 and 2. 3's coming out on the 10th.
Yep.
Should we review 3 like the next day?
Maybe.
I can't wait. We bought our tickets today, folks. We're going to... I'm not going to tell you where and when we're going because I don't need you people showing up and giving Jim Kool-Aid.
No.
Or
I'll have the Kool-Aid.
He'll have the lick-a-sticks. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
With
those
like the
are horrible.
flavor powder,
Oh,
and you had to put
those
your
are bad.
wet, dirty stick in there, and then put that wet, dirty stick in your mouth.
I'll have the wax little bottles. with
Those are
the-
good. I dug those, man. Oh, do they still do wax lips?
I don't know.
I feel like I need some vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like it's time? Maybe at that place that's on the way down to Akron that's all the old candy. Have you ever been in
Sweeties.
there? Yeah, have you ever been in there?
Mhm.
I've never been in there.
Yeah.
They gotta have it, right?
Yeah, in Parma, Ohio, there's a place called Sweeties. It's just full of this old candy that you don't find anymore.
How do they... All right, so it all has to still be being made. It's
Yeah.
not like they're selling candy that's 60 years old.
That we know of.
But they have like Necco wafers and
Yeah.
gold coins and
Right.
Swedish fish and all that stuff.
Cowtails.
Yeah, do they have Alexander the Grape?
No, I don't know.
Do you remember those?
No.
They were like lemon heads, but they were grape.
Hmm.
And I loved it because it was called Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
And it was a little grape dressed like Alexander the Great. He had a little helmet on and a sword. It was around the same time they had Johnny Apple Seeds, Boston Baked Beans, lemon heads.
Yeah.
Remember all that shit
Yeah,
was
yeah,
at once? And remember the candy that was, it was gum and it was like little gold nuggets in a little sack?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good. How about Gator gum?
No.
Gatorade had gum.
Well, it's not Gator Roller Gator. That is the worst thing ever filmed. Roller Gator.
With Martin Scorsese's, or not Martin Scorsese,
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen's brother.
I don't believe you made me watch that.
Fucking Roller Gator, dude. I still have, so that's the third time, and I still haven't seen any farther than you and I saw.
It's just...
It's unwatchable. Even with riff tracks helping, it's unfucking watchable. You know what? Speaking of that, to prepare for Halloween, we should watch the riff tracks one. They did the original Halloween.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well, they do a bunch of movies where they don't have the rights to the movie, so they just do the audio, and then you get the audio from them, and then you sync it up with your own
Yeah.
movie. Didn't we
Yeah.
do that once? Maybe or I
Yeah.
told you about it.
Yep.
That'd be fun. But all right, well, let's wrap up this one. We're quickly approaching the 50-minute mark.
Brought to you by Slap Happy Toys.
Yeah.
Slap happy toys where nightmares play. Come on down, it's your lucky day. With every toy, a haunted smile, dark magic fun that'll last a while. Get your chills, get your scares. Slap happy toys, they're everywheres. With every toy, a haunted smile, dark magic fun that'll last a while. Get your chills, get your scares. Slap happy toys, they're everywheres. They're everywheres. They're everywheres.
All right, guys. Well, all right. So I give Longlegs 5 bloody raincoats.
5 out of 5.
Full 5.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Till next time, I'm Jimbo.
I am Jim.
See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Daddy loves you.